I am the Venerable Dr. PRINCEWILL IREOBA. I'm Director of IBRU Center, IBRU, Delta State, Nigeria. The Office of Director is the Office of the Administrator and the Manager of the IBRU Center, IBRU, which is a center for retreat, a center for gathering for spiritual rejuvenation, where it's like the church center for the Church of Nigeria. So it's run by the primate himself, who is the manager, but somebody is now placed there to run it so that the center will be moving. So that is our function is to organize programs and make our facilities available and conducive for every people who want to come. We have what we have here is to the international standard. We have where people can be accommodated. We have a house, we have library, and we have areas that people can also relax. The thing is built, it's like a garden. It's a very beautiful place where people can live where they are and go and be apart in a very serene environment. So we have the role to ensure that this serenity, the environment is maintained, and when people come, they will be able to really have a time with the Lord without disturbances, without noise from external encumbrances. So when that is done, then they feel okay, and then they go back refreshed, spiritually rejuvenated, and we can also assist them to organize their programs for themselves. But if they organize and come, they operate, then we try to make every place conducive for them to work. The center, as I said, is a center of the Church of Nigeria. It's not that Church of Nigeria just built the center, but an individual built his home. But God spoke to him. I mean, Mr. L.S. IBRU. God told him, leave this house for me. And that gives this place a special place as a kind of hallowed ground, because God, somebody had God clearly. So he now built his own, and that's why the Church of Nigeria was brought in to partner with the family, so that this place now will be organized and it will be accessible, it will be open to the church, not just Anglican Communion. It will also go to other churches, every person, and not even only retreats, even conferences, even every program that you want to attend. So the way we operate now is registered as like kind of a foundation. We call it Treaty Foundation, made up of the family, the IBRU family, and also you have all our archbishops are there. The primate is the chairman. They make the policy. Whatever, once they meet, whatever policy they make, that is how this center is run. Then we are on the ground to implement the policies. So we are not on our own. So what we do is what we are allowed or what is approved to be done. So representing the primate himself, who is the actual person that is meant to be managing the place. So I had to be relating, getting instructions, getting directives, and also we making our own suggestions, proposals, and what is approved, that is what is done here. So that's how this place is now kept, and we keep on moving. When people come, we arrange with them about how we will work with them. We may prepare food for them, get where they will meet, and interact with them. People normally come on booking, We have our numbers, we have our flyers, so they contact us. We are there online. If they now get to us, we book and we begin interaction and we arrange. And when they come, everything will be working as planned or as arranged, so that any assistance, whatever they want us to do, within what we are allowed to do, that is what we do. Even Church of Nigeria themselves, they schedule different programs, some trainings. The bishops are trained here. The senior clergy also are trained here. Then some church bodies also come here, because here is seen as a center of a church. We know many dioceses, some have their retreat centers, but many times they now come also as a way of identifying to our national church, because as of now, this is the only operating retreat center of the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion. This is not just effective and relevance. Just as I say, the church cannot operate without hearing from God, because God himself is the owner, is the Lord of the church. So the church just moving in an atmosphere that is so busy and many other things, sometimes we may miss the mark. So there is necessary to have a place that some people will always come back, relax, and then listen. Because when you don't listen, you won't hear. You don't just, this is time when people just shout, jump up, jump down, and many times they will just be speaking to God without hearing God to speak to them. And hearing God to speak to them has to be done deliberately. So this place is provided to serve that purpose. And that's in fact, every group, every organization, is supposed to be starting with a time to be alone with God, to meditate, to reflect. Our bishops, every year, they start the year here. They come here, stay alone, have their program, they plan for the year. So they're serving that purpose. Some other groups, some other organizations, they also come. And as it's already in place, then it's serving that purpose. So it's relevant. That is how it functions, it operates. Yes. People come, just as I said, we are there on the webs, different platforms. People make calls and make inquiries, and they come. And then when they come, some make also their own observations, particularly when they have people who are from us. So they say, yeah, this is good, and we are doing good here, but here it needs improvement and this and that. So we look at some of the issues they are raising, and we are trying to find ways to improve. We keep on improving. So those feedback, the things we receive, the things we see, we also report to the authority, to the primate and the board, the Trinity Foundation board. They also will now further take decisions. Okay, let's go this area. This is what to be done. And the only way they know all these things is through the feedback. So that's why the feedback is working, and we have feedback. Anytime people come here, we interact with them. Even if they are doing their programs alone, we always arrange with them. We go to them, we greet them, and we give them our contact. In the course of their stay, we keep on interacting, and from there we get back and know what is happening information, and we keep on moving on. The challenges is the usual challenge, because Yes, we know it's a program, it's a center is moving, but in this our time, it's like it's a business, because people will come, and when they come, they get something, the money they pay, you use it to run the center. So when people maybe some people may decide to say, okay, now why should I even come? Why should I not just stay in my place alone instead of traveling far distance? So sometimes some may not come. Maybe for financial purpose, or maybe for distance, financial reason, or for distance, or for whatever. And when they are such, then it will be affecting us. And sometimes there will be a time when some people will be coming at the same time. You know, there are some times that people consider, say, this is a time for retreat. Sometimes Easter, beginning of the year, or things like that. So when such times comes, the facilities we have may not be sufficient for the people we want to receive. Our chapel may not contain a particular number of people or the areas. So then when we try to shift, some eventually say, okay, we must have it this time. We go to another place. So these are some of the things, having enough space, and also even the one we have, getting people involved, getting people to always be there. And then as we do that, continue upgrading, going up. So these things, they need finance. We have a standard facility, but anything you have, it will remain like that. So you have to be getting up. And when in view of the present economic situation of the country, when you don't have sufficient money to do what you want to do, then it will be somehow, when you look at it, you don't feel okay. So these are the challenges. But we are looking at people who can come to our help, assist us at this area, so that we maintain the standard of the structures of the facilities that are in this place, and then keep on moving. The plans are there, and it is being done. As I said, we have a board that manages the Treaty Foundation Board, which manages this place under the chairmanship of the Primate of all Nigeria. So the center is a unit of the Church of Nigeria, of the Primate's office. So from time to time, all these things are considered. Sometimes funds are released from there, sometimes funds are generated another way to assist. Presently, the board has taken a decision that some of the facilities will be renovated, will be upgraded, and then the money is also being generated for that purpose. So the plan is already there, and it's already being backed up with actions, getting the money first in place. So we are optimistic that in no distant time, then we will there will be really a lot of changes, improvements in the center. Well, it's normal, you know. It's the same God that calls us to family, that also calls us to our work and our ministry. So he knows there can be balance. He knows that both of them are assigned to us. And so the issue of you do all of them at the same time, it's a matter of planning yourself. You know how the time you have your duty and the time also you have in your family. And so far we consider both of them are important. None should not be allowed to take over the other one. And that has been our way. Not just here, any place we are, we know we are called to family, and from family we also called to ministry. And as we do that, our family is also part of our ministry. It's even our primary ministry. So we must have time. In the morning you start from your family, work with your family, and from there you go to office, and then you come back to the family. So you interact. So it's done deliberately. You create a way, try to create that time, and try to, as much as possible, to make impact in our families, to relate with our family, keep in touch. As they grow, the children of us, they are in my own case, they are almost out to the secondary schools, all of them. So during the holidays, they now come back again. Then after the holidays, they go back. I stay alone with my wife. So we continue. God has made it so. And we must continue to maintain that balance. Well, that is we really thank God for this place. This place is a place that also helps you as a person. You yourself, you need to also be developed what you experience, and that's what we are looking at when people now come. Before I came here, I was in Abuja, and it was a kind of a very busy contest. So, but when I came, there may be, so sometimes you also be busy when you have activities. But sometimes you now see yourself in a very kind of a garden, I would say. It's a very serene sometimes you spend it, then it gives me also time to think, to study, do more study. To read. Immediately I came, there was a book I wrote, Anglican Way. When I was thinking, I now began to put something down. So it offered me an opportunity really to seek also seek the face of God, and put my heads together, and then have that kind of serenity in the environment also comes into your own body. You feel okay, you feel fine, and moving. So personally, my life is touched and affected, and I know that God is here. Because since we came, some challenges, the way God has been seeing us through. Sometimes you wonder, you now see God in another way. In another way. So when we came, we thought of course there were some adjustments, but at a point you feel even much better now. You feel much better, and you now see really that sometimes a place people may think may be difficult, that the way God operates, you experience that God. And so we are. What we want to say is that it is good for people to create that time. I was brought here myself, but people also create their time to come out, seek the face of God. So make it deliberate. If you're a pastor, your parish, your PCC members, you can come, take them out as they begin. Let them begin with spiritual something. So I know some people, even young ones, they go for picnics, go for this other one. But it will be good if it's designed in your program. Some other churches do that. They come here, bring their youth, have some time. We have places like Garden or Palm Grove, and even swimming pool. They even relax. They do, the young ones, they have their own programs. We normally see them, those that are some of these other Pentecostal churches, they do come. So what we are now telling us, every person that churches, this is not just about the maybe Church of Nigeria or even your diocese. You can begin from any group of people, any organization. Then churches, parishes, okay, when they want to come, get from their diocese, the bishop, they will be here. So we call on people to make it a priority. to find time to be alone with God. Even go away. Jesus had to go into wilderness, and it's very important to withdraw, go up to the mountain. It's not when you go to the physical mountain. Here is a mountain where you will come. Then you don't go, the way this place is even better. Sometimes when you are in some cities, there are some distractions. So we call on people to find time, come and have experience of this center, and I'm sure that you will not regret having it.